When speaking about the Yakuza, typically violent things come to mind: cutting off fingers, cutting off heads, murder, extortion. However, the Yakuza can also be gentlemen. I'm here today to tell you the truth and the history behind the Yakuza. The Yakuza, which originated in the 17th century, called themselves the Godoku, which translates as wicked or extreme path. Prostitution, extortion, drug trafficking, smuggling, gambling, blackmail, and other shady business is honorable. Well, that's up for debate. How honorable are these modern day samurais? In a sense, the Yakuza are almost ethical hitmen. They are driven by a strong moral code. They are Makato, heroes, driven by money, but will also do good. In modern times, the Yakuza has swelled to over 80,000 Yakuza members. Just like the Mafia in Italy, gang traditions that are still influential in Japan have their origins within the feudal structure of the pre-industrial society. The Yakuza are essentially neo-samurai that have put down their robe and donned a business suit. The sword is now a gun, but their principles remain the same. They almost function like a normal corporation, except with their work being more of criminal nature. But first, you have to look at the structure of the Yakuza Mafia. At the top, you have the boss, and you have his family, gang members. They are all part of a hierarchy, having elders and youngers. Below the Kamicho is a senior advisor, and below him is the chief. Below them are smaller gangs associated with the main family, and these smaller gangs have their own bosses. By comparison, it's rather like the Italian Mafia, or an American corporation. The largest and most powerful of these Yakuza families is the Yamaguchi Gumi. They are also the richest, with an estimated yearly net revenue of $80 billion. To generate such massive amounts of revenue, the Yamaguchi Gumi have their fingers in many pies all across Japan, whether it be trafficking drugs, trafficking arms, investing and manipulating the stock market. They have a huge hand in Japan's pornography industry. They build buildings and run gambling operations, not to mention extortion. The Yakuza have many rules, and if you break them, there are two main penalties you can receive. One is death. The other is expulsion with no way back into the Yakuza. For the lucky ones, they have a finger cut off, usually just above the joint. If you mess up again, off comes another finger. Some people will be only left with their thumb or their pointer finger. Originally, this method was meant to weaken your sword grip, but in modern times, it's more of a symbolic gesture. Recently, the Yakuza have been trying to clean up their act. No more drugs, either used or sold, was made a law by the Yamaguchi Gumi. You can actually read that on their official website and see it in their logo and visit their buildings. They're trying hard not to kill any more of the public, though it still does happen time to time. One of the most high-profile murders was in 2007, when a mayor was whacked for not playing ball with a Yakuza boss. The groups are well aware that if business looks too messy and too many people get killed, the government and police will put them out of business, just as happened with many criminal syndicates all over the world. So perhaps the Yakuza are not just the richest, but also the smartest. The Yakuza refer to themselves as upstanding gentlemen. They say that they keep everyone in line and they can stop chaos. It's better than ending up in jail. However, they also say that the police and politicians are just as corrupt, and actually quite envious of the power that the Yakuza possess. There actually is quite strong evidence of the Yakuza doing good deeds to help the people of Japan. After the massive tsunami in 2011, the Yakuza again came to the rescue of many people by offering housing and many tons of food. One journalist was quoted saying, "I'll remain endlessly fascinated by the charity of the Yakuza when natural disasters strike." The most famous and identifying feature of the Yakuza is their tattoos, head to toe. Each tattoo symbolizing something different. Sometimes you'll see a koi fish. That symbolizes strength and courage. Other pictures might reference a samurai, meaning a fierce warrior. Animals each have their symbols, as do monsters. A blue dragon is gentle and forgiving, but a black dragon is wise. These tattoos should always be covered up. These tattoos are in fact illegal in Japan and must be covered up. If found with any Yakuza tattoos on your bodies, you could be facing serious prison time. The Yakuza are a family, albeit a violent one, but they still protect and support during times of crisis. Whether they stand up gentlemen or violent criminals will always depend on the circumstance. Yet one thing is certain, they are an established and important piece of Japanese culture. The Yakuza have always been able to adapt to the changing world around them, which makes me believe that they will be around for a while.